Oh, hello, salut. I am the Rasta Witch. Here's where we learn the way of the Yansway Rasta, which is to say, my kind of Ital. Please subscribe and begin your own kind of Yansway witchcraft. All roads lead to Rome. Home. Why didn't you tell me you're the... Just kidding. Okay, yeah, so, this video is where it's my conclusion of the Bible discussions playlist. So, of course, with you know, this playlist is about being a Rasta witch, about being a Yansway Rasta, and the Rastafari is the concepts are all biblically based. Um, so that's why this was necessary, because it's so the playlist on the early history of Rasta was important, so you can understand, what a Rasta even is, and then that kind of points to the Bible, So now I've gone through all the main points that are really relevant. So if you've just been listening to my videos as they come out, and you haven't looked at the Bible discussions playlist, it has some stuff from my other channel. It has some other videos from other people. That's generally not what I'm trying to do on this channel. I have lots of links in description boxes and for playlists, the description box for playlists and stuff, of different links of my other channel where I do deep dives, including many, almost a lifetime supply of documentaries and stuff like this, and references for all these things. I'm a reference maniac. But also, I just wanted to if you're just to watch a playlist, for it not just to be me making points, but so you could hear some experts teach the concepts too. So it's important at this point, since now I'm done with the Bible discussions playlist, that you go back, look at the Bible discussions playlist. Better yet, listen to it as it goes. You know how playlists work. You know how playlists work. As you watch it, it has that little red line, so you can see. So you don't need to. It's not like you need to listen to the whole thing all at once. Just when you get ready in the morning, listen to, 20 minutes. If it takes you 20 minutes to get ready, if it takes you an hour to get ready, if it takes you 2 hours to get ready, you'll be done real soon. But just and then just back out of the playlist, and when you come back tomorrow, just continue where you left off. That's the whole point of a playlist. You know this. But yeah, all the references, and just as it flows, like as one story, is where you're gonna really grasp the meaning. Um, and make sure that you got all the message. So anyway, so the Bible is not really the main point. It's the concepts are founded from the Bible. As far as the Ya and Sway, the concepts are founded from early Rasta history, from reggae, and from the Bible, and from Ethiopia, and especially from Haile Selassie. But I've gone over all the concepts. I've gone over Melchizedek and Yahushua and Moses and how Haile Selassie fits into it. Next I'm gonna do the playlist on Haile Selassie, which I've already got a lot of it. Mostly I'm just gonna go over how he opened the seven seals. Because if he's the Lion of Judah, that's what the Lion of Judah does: is open the seven seals in the Apocalypse, the Book of Revelations. So how does it? He can't be the Lion of Judah if he doesn't open the seven seals. So that part needs to happen, but it needs to be its own playlist, so you can just go to it. And at the end of it, it has the autobiography of Haile Selassie, which is the main book of the Yansway Rasta. And so I haven't even done it yet. Right now, I'm going to go to the library and add some more playlists, because now that I've got the Bible out of the way, if somebody asks me a question, well, what do you think about Moses? I can just say, I have a video on it on my Bible discussions playlist. What do you think about this? I can just refer you to this. That's why I did it now. So it's at the, because it isn't, the Bible is not the main point. The Bible is how you start, and it's the roots of it. It's how you start, and you have to go through this phase, this Herbert Armstrong phase, and I have a link to a whole playlist of Herbert Armstrong stuff, and like everything's linked, so you can do all kinds of deep dives in this stuff. But it still would be a part of. I've gone over this, really, a part of your life and everything, but the bigger part is just the practical witchcraft, and reading books on witchcraft, and lifestyle, and just living your life effectively, and being the authentic you, and things like that. So right now I'm going to go to the library and add my playlist of my favorite reggae music will be the first one. The second one will be punk. I wrote it down so I can make sure I do it exactly like I'm telling you. Reggae music. So that has, mostly Bob Marley, but a whole bunch of other reggae artists. The second one will be my playlist on punk rock. My next one will be what I call my playlist I call K-Crow 108 FM. Of course, these music playlists, you put it on shuffle. Because like my one K-Crow, that one, it has like, I think 3,000 songs on it or something. You put that on shuffle. That's why I call it K-Crow 108 FM, because it's like it's like a radio station, it's got so many things on it. And then the fourth one will be the Grateful Dead, a playlist just all with Grateful Dead. The fifth one, a playlist with Dio, the band Dio, Ronnie James Dio. Dio's my favorite. So I have a whole playlist on my favorite Dio. And then the last one will just be oldies. Like I said, I'm a damn hippie. So it's like stuff from the 60s and 70s, and pretty much just like a little bit the 50s, a lot the 60s, a lot the 70s, and just a dash of the 80s, But if it's got something from the 80s or the 50s, it's because it's roots and it fits right in to this, And so that's a big thing, is listening to. And then the seventh one, I forgot, is spoken word. So a thing with punk rock is sometimes they don't even perform their music. They just, like Henry Rollins, he just gets up with a microphone and just does spoken word instead of his music, So I'll have a playlist, and these are all from my other channel, and I'm going to put them on the bottom, the very bottom of this channel. So in the spoken word, they're just different speeches. Most people aren't Rastas. A lot of them are punk rock. Things like that. So those, and then doing my other playlists and the rest of it. So I'm glad to get this Bible discussions part over with, because that's not really so much what I'm trying to do. The Bible, like I say, is mostly fiction. It doesn't matter. Like I said, in like so well said in the Witch's Magical Handbook, that I have, a favorite book of mine, where it says, all gods are created by the hand of man. You can even just get a piece of paper and draw your deity. What difference does it make? All gods are made by the hand of man. Just make your own deity. It's the same damn thing, So since I'm using biblical symbols, if that has its pros and cons, the pros is it's really interesting and rich with a whole bunch of information. The cons is it comes with the baggage. I use like Mother Mary and Jesus, and that comes with all the baggage of Christians. I'm no Christian, and but it's still all relevant, because it has, I've presented these things not to, like they say, are you an apologist? Not to apologize for anything or to defend anything so much, but just to give the legend and everything the information, the story. So because it's all part of it, it's the way magic works. It's the way witchcraft works. And when I call Jesus a magician, Jesus wouldn't have called himself a magician, or no would have been any of his followers. It's just I call him a magician from my perspective today. And it's not such a crazy thing to do, considering modern witchcraft is based on the Kabbalah, and so is whatever Jesus was doing. So, and it's with an extra emphasis on Egypt, but Jesus was out of Egypt too, and on and on and on. So it's all connected, it's all relevant, it's always there. So that's why I want you to really take and so I've added the music. I'll add those playlists, but also at the bottom of this playlist, I've added like a documentary about how the Ark of the Covenant's in Ethiopia. Another link is a whole like over 3 hours of Bart Ehrman. I've talked so much about Bible historians and theologians and experts on the subject. Bart Ehrman's probably the most famous one, and his books have published and sold the most copies probably out of all of them. And so him just going over all the New Testament, and because I focused more on the Old Testament and everything, and just I've left some really good links at the bottom of this so that you can just really, there's lots of opportunity to do a real deep dive, and the more you know, the more it's gonna just add to how these symbols work for you. But right now I'm gonna go add the music, because the music is like Bob says, music you feel no pain, and Trench Town Rock. If you listen close, Bob's our main prophet. It's all about the music. It's all about the music. We are modern bards. And bards don't even use scripture. The bards didn't even use scripture. They just had poems and songs, and they performed them. And that's a better, more ancient. The content, drumming around the fire and having your religion be your art is a more ancient and deeper rooted and more relevant than the Bible, which is a newer invention.